Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. A fatal collision on the 10 freeway involving 6 vehicles left one Yucca Valley resident dead. Yesterday morning at around 7:47 a.m., the California Highway Patrol responded to a multi-vehicle collision on Interstate 10 west of Washington Street. Based on their preliminary investigation, the CHP said that a 2021 Mack truck was driving on Interstate 10 eastbound west of Washington Street when, for reasons still under investigation, it veered to the left, drove through the center median, and entered the westbound lanes. The CHP says that the Mack broadsided a Peterbilt mixer occupied by a solo male driver. They say the Mack's trailer was perpendicular in the westbound lanes when it was struck by a Jeep. The Mack also caused 4 vehicles in the eastbound lanes to be involved in other crashes. All drivers were hospitalized for injuries, with the exception of the driver of the Peterbilt, who was pronounced deceased at the scene. He has been identified as a 62-year-old male resident of Yucca Valley. His identity is being withheld by the Riverside Coroner's Office pending the notification of his next of kin. The CHP says that drugs and alcohol are not being considered as factors in the crash and that no arrests have yet been made. A brush fire in Yucca Valley yesterday morning sent visible smoke plumes into the sky but was quickly extinguished. At 11:45 a.m., a fire in the 7300 block of Goleta Avenue was called into 911. Crews from San Bernardino County Fire and CAL FIRE responded to the scene. County Fire described it as about a quarter acre of burning grass. They say flames got into bushes and trees and threatened a nearby home, but crews were able to keep it contained. County Fire is investigating the cause of the fire. They say no origin has been found, but residents reported encampments have been set up at that property in the past. The Landers Homestead Valley Association received a breakdown of Proposition 218 concerning the raising of property taxes to improve road maintenance as part of a special roads district. Annalise Kuiper was at this week's meeting and joins us with this recap.
San Bernardino County Supervisor Don Rao informed the Landers Homestead Valley Association meeting that the Proposition 218 process for the Landers Special District's Road Maintenance Zone R15 property tax increase will have to be reinitiated, including renoticing and a new public hearing. Here she explains what happened.
Well, through a series of unfortunate events, we are going to do take 2 on the road district. And I thought that this was a slam dunk, that there would be no problem with this vote, and so I left it in what I thought was good hands, and I flew away. And then as the plane is pushing back, I'm getting text messages that the vote has gone awry and that it did not pass for your road maintenance district. And one of our supervisors thought that he might have a conflict of interest to own property in Landers. He does not, but he wasn't sure, so he abstained. And then Supervisor Cook voted against it for reasons that I'm not sure because we haven't spoken about it. So it did not pass. Okay, question. Why do we, the Board of Supervisors, even have to have a say in this process? As the governing body, it requires a public hearing to occur prior to the vote of property owners, where if a majority of the affected owners protest, the process ends right there. Now that didn't happen. You did not have a majority protest, but it didn't get beyond the vote of the Board of Supervisors because of Supervisor Cook's vote.
This will not affect other Morongo Basin Special Districts road maintenance zones. According to Mike Lipsitz, Association Board President, Landers Elementary School may be set for closure by next year. The minimum required number of student registrations per year is 500. Last year, Landers Elementary only had 100 enrollments, and this year 91 is the projected number of student registrations. Landers Elementary students would most likely be transferred to Yucca Mesa Elementary School. In most cases, bus rides would be shorter for children as more buses will be added to the fleet. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
Last night, the 29 Palms City Council moved forward on a number of resolutions, but leasing land for the national park staff was easily the most popular. Reporter Heather Clisby was there.
The 29 Palm City Council approved an audio-visual tech upgrade at last night's meeting, and soon residents will be able to not only view the meeting remotely, but also verbally engage the council via teleconference. The most popular decision of the evening came when council approved the lease of 17 acres of city-owned land to the Joshua Tree National Park Association to design and develop a housing/educational facility for park staff, interns, and volunteers. The two parcels, situated west of Adobe Road, south of Theater 29, and north of Foothill, would host the yet unnamed project and would address the ongoing challenge of staff retention, according to presenter JTNPA Executive Director Jacqueline Guevara.
Every season, the park faces a critical staffing challenge. Qualified, passionate candidates often decline positions or leave early because they cannot find affordable housing, attainable housing. Seasonal hires have been forced to piece together temporary arrangements that sometimes fall through, leading to mid-season departures. Volunteers have withdrawn commitments for the same reason. And many program staff and educators endure long commutes from surrounding communities. These are not isolated incidents. They're ongoing patterns that disrupt program continuity, limit volunteer capacity, and create mission-critical risks for both JTMPA and Joshua Tree National Park. My staff experiences the same issues.
Brian Benton, who teaches construction trades at Copper Mountain College, spoke to how the project would benefit his students, both at CMC and high school students studying construction. Benton noted that losing valuable staff due to housing challenges is a problem shared by CMC. Councilmember April Ramirez put forth 3 issues for future agenda items, including a revisit to the proposed solar project that was rejected by council in the March 23rd meeting.
E-Group has advised the city it has revised its project to meet AB 205 criteria, and based on that, a desire exists to discuss this matter further.
The motion was not seconded. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Heather Clisby.
A flurry of projects got the go-ahead at last night's Yucca Valley Planning Commission meeting. Online news editor Robert Hayden has the rundown.
Sun Mesa Mini Storage has been mentioned at many Planning Commission meetings, and on Tuesday night, the site plan had a full review. The nearly 80,000 square foot self-storage facility is planned for 4815 Newton Lane, which is just east of Old Woman Springs Road and north of Buena Vista Drive. The lot is zoned industrial and sits just on the edge of Yucca Valley town limits. The facility will include a manager's unit that will be staffed part-time and is planned to be built in 2 phases, with the western side being developed first. Approximately 58 western Joshua trees were identified on the property and will have to be mitigated through the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, a process that is a few months out. The project was unanimously approved. Dutch Bros is coming to a site just southwest of Balsa Avenue in the Highway 62 intersection near Walgreens and Big 5. The 1,025 square foot building will have a dual lane drive-through with space for about 23 cars to queue up. Access to the coffee stand will be through the Walgreens driveways, so there won't be any direct highway access, hopefully alleviating any potential backups. The applicant will pony up about $40,000 for highway improvements that will eventually occur along the right-of-way. There'll also be a walk-up window for coffee seekers who don't drive, and the stand will be open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, and they plan to employ 24 to 32 people. The site plan includes downward-facing lights that top out at 3,000 Kelvin, which is a warmer light temperature that's easier on the eyes. The business also takes its orders in person, so there won't be a speaker system in use. There are western Joshua trees on the currently overgrown lot, which will most likely need to be removed due to poor transplant prospects. The project was also unanimously approved. The Walmart fuel station that's been planned for the northeast corner of their parking lot is proposed to have 6 pumps, which can power 12 dispensers. They'll also have a 5,000 square foot canopy and a 1,500 square foot convenience store. The gas pumps will be open 24/7, but the convenience store will match the Walmart store's hours. The gas station requires an amendment to Walmart's specific plan to allow for fuel sales. Concerns about light brightness were brought up, and the Planning Commission recommended that the project move to the Town Council for approval, with all lighting topping out at 3,000 Kelvin. A 38-acre parcel on the southwest corner of Joshua Lane and Warren Vista requested a waiver for a site plan as the owner just wants to build a single-family home and an ADU on the property. The commission agreed and said specific plans for the home do not need to be submitted to the town unless a larger development is proposed down the line. You can find a longer version of this story with commissioner and town staff comments about dark sky lighting near the Stater Bros, homeless camps near Home Depot, and pictures of all the proposed developments. That's at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
The Morongo Valley Community Services District Board of Directors meets in regular session tonight with a relatively light agenda in place. The board is expected to set days for budget workshops. They will also review a financial audit report. The Morongo Valley Community Services District Board of Directors meets tonight at 6 p.m. at the Covington Park Community Center. And finally, the town of Yucca Valley commemorated the reopening of the remodeled senior center with a ribbon cutting yesterday. The facility has been closed as it underwent a $3 million modernization. The new facility has been renamed the Desert Willow Center for Seniors. Community leaders and dozens of eager Yucca Valley senior citizens attended the event, which included a senior lunch. Here's Mayor Merle Abel.
We are so proud to be opening up this new senior center for all of you here in the community. It's a very proud day here in Yucca Valley, reopening the senior center, one that has served over 900 people annually. All our seniors here have really made this place special.
And what do local seniors think of the renovation? Here's Fred Rivera. What do you think of the new facility?
Beautiful. They did a good job.
What do you like about it?
Just the appearance, how they look, the setup.
Are you excited to be coming to this new facility more?
As long as I can.
My name's Kathy Betts. I'm at the senior center. I come here very often. I hate to cook. I love the meals, and it's a really fun place.
What do you think of the renovation?
I really like it. Bathrooms are beautiful now. It's nice and airy and really pretty. Just the whole ambiance is different. Welcome, everybody. Come on down. I'm very happy it's open.
Lunch is served 11 a.m. to noon every weekday. For full senior center hours and a schedule of events, visit a link in this story at Z107.7fm.com. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. Reporting for the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.